Hi, I'm Ina, and I want to go over my Nintendo Switch game collection. I don't have a large collection, especially compared to some other YouTubers out there. I've said in previous videos I try to be a little bit more picky about what I buy physically because I don't have any space right now. I think it's good to be more intentional about what you're collecting physically, just because you do get to appreciate it more. In the future, I do want to buy more Switch games though, because I do still enjoy it as a console and I do like to play certain games on it. I don't play Nintendo for high fidelity graphics, and I just really enjoy the Switch and its catalog. I'm gonna only go over my physical collection because I mean, who really cares about what I have digitally? I'm gonna start off with Just Dance 2020. I had a lot of fun with this game, but I feel like the song selection isn't that good and I didn't enjoy it as much as previous titles. I think this is really worth it if you want to get the Ubisoft membership, which gives you access to past songs. But besides that, I wouldn't recommend 2020, sadly. I do enjoy a good Just Dance game, but this one definitely wasn't my favorite. Fire Emblem Engage is probably one of the best looking Fire Emblems in terms of just fidelity. But as a lot of people have said, the character designs are a hit or a miss for a lot of people. I personally don't like the character designs that much, but the gameplay of Fire Emblem is just super fun, so I didn't really mind the lackluster story. Plus, the story was not as bad as Fire Emblem Fates, which is probably the worst, even though I do love that game for like nostalgic reasons. The Somnium Files, the Nirvana Initiative, is a very fun game, and it's a fun sequel to the original the Somnium Files. I played the original and I have it on digital, but because I have this physically, I do want to get a physical copy of the first one. I highly recommend these games. I think they're very fun. The first game's protagonist is very unique, and it's definitely not the type of protagonist I usually like. He has like the pervert trope, but it's done in such an entertaining way that I really enjoyed it. I have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game is actually still sealed because I originally bought this game as a gift for my boyfriend, and I ordered it through Amazon. It wasn't coming in on time, so I canceled the order, and then since I canceled the order, I had to reorder it, but then I ended up getting 2 copies, so I just kept the other one. Don't tell Amazon, please. I did beat this game, but I beat it on my boyfriend's copy, and it's a very cute, very fun 3D Kirby game. The co-op is fun, so if you can play this game with someone, I'd highly recommend it. Neo: The World Ends With You. I didn't get to play the original The World Ends With You, sadly, even though I want to. I don't want to get the one on the Switch though, because I heard it's pretty bad, as in port-wise. So if I could find a 3DS copy or DS copy, I will. And this game is really underrated. I had a lot of fun with it. And as a sequel, I've heard people said that it's very good because it stands on its own, but then you get payoff if you did play the original games. I've heard people did enjoy it, and I like the combat system in this. It was very fun, and it really makes me want to play the original one. I feel like this game went under the radar. I didn't really hear a lot about it when it first came out. I got a physical copy of Hades because I love Hades and I love Supergiant, and I just wanted to play on my computer and on the Switch. And then I got a Steam Deck, so I have multiple ways of playing Hades. And I hope Hades 2 will get a Switch release too, so I could have both of them. Super, super good roguelike. I highly, highly recommend. Everyone knows what Hades is. I don't know why I'm even bothering trying to recommend it to people. Cafe Enchante is one of the first physical visual novels I got on the Switch. One of the first, like one of the only ones I have. But this was a fun one. I had a lot of fun with this game, and the characters are so fun. I really enjoyed all the routes, and I really like the main character. The only thing I probably don't like No, it's not that I didn't like it. The ending is wild, let's just say. The ending, like the good ending for the overall story, like, you know, every Otome game has like the hidden final arc or the hidden final route. The ending of the final route is insane, and it's wild. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I really enjoyed this game. I think I'm just not into this style of gameplay. I played through one route because I wanted to do Blue Lions last because I really love Blue Lions. But I could not play this game 3 times. It's fun, but I just think the replay value of the, I think it's Dynasty Warriors style of gameplay. I forgot what the genre is called. I just can't play it for longer periods without getting worn out. Pure Fiore, however you pronounce it, Faded Memories is the second visual novel that I own physically. I really didn't like it, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm sorry if you're a fan of this, but I don't like this at all. Animal Crossing's New Horizons. Super fun game. It's Animal Crossing. The customization in this game is very strong. Villager is not so strong. But I had a super fun time with this. Happy 2020, happy pandemic to this game. But I had a really good time. I want to go back to it, but honestly, I wonder if, can anyone else relate to not wanting to get back into your Animal Crossing island because you don't want to deal with weeds? I really don't want to pluck all those weeds. It sounds very painful. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Oh, this game. I love this game. I want to do a classic run on Blue Lions because I love him. I love Dimitri. I want to get that new figure that's coming out, but also figures are very expensive. But yeah, 3 Houses, come on. If you're a Nintendo fan or a Fire Emblem fan, you already know what 3 Houses is. So good. So fun. I don't know how they're gonna top this, in all honesty, but I have faith, you know? Really, really good game. I don't know what else to say. Pokemon Violet, a rather contentious one. I am very angry at Game Freak. I enjoy this game for what it is. I think I'll always enjoy Pokemon games to an extent, but I just don't want Game Freak to keep releasing stuff like this. Like, you're a Game Freak, can you not have stable frame rate? Bare minimum, give me stable frame rate. Because, you know, Pokemon is a simple game at its core. I honestly don't need it to be super innovative. Maybe add something here or there, but just make it stable and make it run well. Because as much fun as I had with Pokemon Violet, and I really enjoyed aspects of it, this just wasn't really it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX? Yeah, DX. Super cute remake, actually, and I really enjoyed the art style. I had a lot of fun with this. I want to play through the post-game and evolve my starters, because I don't think I did that yet. But yeah, I hope they do some more Mystery Dungeon on the Switch. I don't know if they will, because we're nearing the end of the Switch lifespan. But, wait, are there more Mystery Dungeon on the Switch? I don't know. I'll have to check that. I'll check that. Yeah, this is a good remake. This was fun, and I don't have my original copy of Red and Blue Rescue Team, so it was fun to play through this again. Pokemon Sword. Is this a hot take? But I enjoyed Sword and Shield more than Scarlet and Violet. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed like the narrative of Sword and Shield better, and just certain aspects of the world. Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet ultimately felt very empty to me despite it being open world. I think it felt empty to me because it was an open world. But yeah, let's hope Legend ZA is better, because at the end of the day, I love Pokemon. And I love Zacian. This is Zacian, right? It'll be very embarrassing if it isn't. Pokemon Legends Arceus. This is a fun game. I really, really liked Legends Arceus a lot, and I didn't get the full ending, not gonna lie, like where you actually battle Arceus, because I did not want to find all the Spiritomb orbs. That is a pain, and I didn't want to do it, so this game remains technically, it's finished, but it's not, I guess, fully completed. But I highly recommend this. If you love Pokemon, you should play Legends Arceus, because I think this is like a good take on the open world stuff. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, literally mostly a one-to-one remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and it was okay. I finally beat it this year. Yeah, I think it was this year, and you know, because it's one-to-one, it's fine, it's good. I wish, if they were gonna remake anything one-to-one, I wish it would have been Platinum. But the Elite Four in this game was hard. This was like the worst Elite Four in terms of difficulty I ever fought, because I didn't realize that all of the Elite Four were completely IV trained and EV trained with like battle items and stuff. So when I wasn't prepared, so I was pretty much on a thread the whole time going through, and I was just spamming healing items. It was a rough one, but I did it. I beat this, and I hope the next remakes aren't completely one-to-one. I don't know what I want from like Pokemon remakes. I feel like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were very good like remakes of the original games. And like, this one doesn't compare to those. Like, if they ever actually remake Black and White, I don't know how I'll react to it, because I really love those games. But I am due for a replay. Omori is my most recent purchase, and also really, really good. This is fun. I just beat it last week, and the story is very good, and I can see why a lot of people love it. It's a solid game, and if you want to play it on the Switch or on the computer, do whatever works for you. I think it's a narrative worth experiencing, but it's not really gameplay heavy, even if there is like a turn-based combat system. It's definitely not the highlight of this game. My first and only steelbook of this series is Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's so nice. I actually really like this steelbook. I think I've shown it before. You see Nahobino on the inside, but really good. I had a lot of fun with Shin Megami Tensei 5, even though I was really mad when they announced Vengeance. I heard it's good, but I don't know if there's almost like a feeling of anger you get when you beat a game and then they announce a more completed version of that game shortly after you beat it. It was literally like 2 weeks after I beat this game that they announced Vengeance. And I was like, man, maybe I really shouldn't buy Atlas games on launch anymore, even though I really love them, if they're just gonna keep doing this. Because who knows, you know, in the next 2 years, they will probably release a Persona 3 Reload completed or something. What would it be? Persona 3 Reloaded? Who knows? But I bet that they will release a complete version of that game, and it will make me angry. But oh well, at least I got Persona 3 Reload on launch, so it won't bother me that much. It's like with Persona 5. Persona 5 I bought near launch, and then when Royal got released, it wasn't as fresh in my mind, so I was able to do a replay of it pretty easily. I feel like I wasn't very clear with this, so I want to sort of reword what I was saying. I bought Persona 5, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and I got Persona 3 Reload really close to their launch dates or in their launch year. I didn't beat Shin Megami Tensei 5 though until this year, so that's why it's more fresh in my mind, and I was more irritated by the fact that it got a new, updated, completed release, even though that it has been out for a couple years now. The concept of Atlas's more completed version releases are still a little bit irritating to me, but it's less irritating when I've played the original game on launch, so there is more of a gap in between the completed version and what I played. Beating Shin Megami Tensei 5 the same year Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance comes out really sucks because I don't feel any motivation to play Vengeance since the original game is still very fresh in my brain. The last game we're gonna end on is a little anticlimactic, I feel like, but it's still fun. I guess it is. Nintendo Switch Sports. Yeah, I mean, this was a fun game. It's not like, I don't know if I want to say it's not as iconic as Wii Sports or Wii Sports Resort. At the end of the day, I played Wii Sports when I was a child, so I have very, like, romanticized feelings of those games. Maybe objectively they are better, and I feel like maybe there was more sports added in those games. I just don't remember it as clearly. There are a couple of video essays out there saying why Wii Sports works and why Switch Sports doesn't. But the times that I did play this, I had fun with it, and I think the character models are cute. I'm not against them like how some people are. I think customizing them is fun, and the little cards during the online aspect that you could win more outfits. I'm not describing that well at all. But the little game mechanic where you can win more outfits on like a randomized card does motivate me to play a little bit more. I hope they add basketball soon though, because they were supposed to add it summer, and summer is almost over, so where's my basketball at? Fun story with this game though, when I first came out, me and my boyfriend and like friends were playing it all the time. And I feel like I injured my shoulder playing this game because I think I went too hard playing volleyball and my shoulder was like hurting for a week. It really just shows how out of shape I am. But yeah, you know, if you have a Wii, maybe you just stick to Wii Sports Resort. But if you only have a Switch, there's no harm in getting this. It's a fun little party game and it's fun to play with friends. And if you're feeling really lazy to work out, why not turn this on and get some movement in, you know? Pair this game with Just Dance and you'll just have a whole workout routine. And then you could also buy the Hatsune Miku boxing game for a full experience. Anyway, that's the end of my Nintendo Switch game collection. I hope you enjoyed my little descriptions of it. I don't have a lot of like in-depth memories for these games because I've bought these games within the last like couple years, right? So I'm not necessarily feeling nostalgic about them, but I really do enjoy the Nintendo Switch. And I'm happy that Nintendo was able to make a console this successful and still make a lot of really quality games for it. And I still want to buy more, because as everyone knows, the Nintendo Switch collection is gigantic. So you can really just buy whatever you want because there's so many games for so many different kinds of people. It's just really impressive, and I'm excited to see what they do for the Switch 2 eventually, whenever we hear news about it. The last thing I have to go over regarding collections is my PlayStation collection, and I really love my PlayStation collection, and I think that's the biggest out of all the consoles that I own, and it'll be fun to look back on what I've purchased, especially the few games that I still have from the PS3 era. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!